Good evening. Welcome back to They Think It's All Over after our little pre-season break, I suppose. This is the weekly football podcast that doesn't take itself too seriously. You've got myself, Ash, you've got Liam, and Crippy in the house. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Pretty good, Ash. Yeah.
I think it looks like you're forgetting one person now.
Oh, and we've got Mickey as well, who's like very sleepy at the minute. So
Didn't get his own cam though, sadly.
no, I'm not that technically advanced, to be honest. How are we doing after our little hiatus?
Hiatus, yeah. Not too bad.
And
There's
Andy in the comments. See, technically a full house. That's what I like to see.
Yeah. I love how this gives Andy some comfort while he's working. I love it that he checked. I love it.
That's some comfort, and also the fact that Leeds managed to recover from a 2-0 deficit the weekend.
Yeah.
That's got to be some comfort.
Yeah.
Given that, was it Cardiff for their bogey team? So anything could happen now because the cat's going to walk across the laptop, I guarantee it.
100%. They love mimicking behaviour, don't they? And attention.
She's going to curl up next to the extractor fan and get warm. So Leeds have obviously got their season underway. It would have been nice to have Andy on, but because I fucked about for 2 weeks, couldn't get us back on a week where we're all available. But coming from 2-0 down, that's got to give you some hope for the season, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It's always the first 5 games are always a bit of a mess because squad's not quite together yet. So while obviously fans are fearing the worst when they're 2-0 down, it's like, yeah, this is early days. The team hasn't started yet. You're in a few preseason games. You don't really know what your best 11 is going to be yet. So I still think Leeds are going to have a good season. I don't think this is like an example of how their season's going to go. But obviously, it's not great going 2-0 down at home in front of all your fans when you've already had a bad season on the back of it. You want to get off to a winning start, but I think they'll get there. Good comeback though, isn't it? So good character, good spirit.
I guess we've got any players left by the time they get to their next game. Especially with Everton sniffing around Nanto.
Well, the issue is they've got no strikers. I mean, I don't think Andy's not too bothered about Bamford not being available, but they've got no one.
Yeah, exactly. They got no one else who's better right now. But yeah, Nanto, I like him on him at Villa, so they could lose 1 or 2, couldn't they? Still, Leeds,
which would suck. I think Andy's primary concern in the minute is this kid. That was too good not to put up, to be honest.
As well. Yeah,
it was too good not to put up. I loved it. Yeah. Second half we were like Barca, stuff like Stevenage. I think that about sums it up. I didn't watch a lot of it, but yeah. So it would have been nice to have Andy on, to pick his team up since his season's already underway. But ours isn't far away.
A few more days.
Some games this weekend, Mr. Crippy.
Yeah, I know. Get the rugby back on. Looking forward to that.
Spicy one to kick off with.
Yeah, a bit mean. Yeah, you kind of want like a you don't a newly promoted team either, but a nice home game against a lower down team would be nicer. But yeah, Newcastle's a rude awakening.
Just to ease in. I mean, we've already had a 3-3 draw in pre-season.
A lot of Villa fans are getting excited though with Newcastle because there's been a few media heads saying, "Oh, Villa are going to be the one to watch this season." And I was like, "Well, yeah, we're going to be good, but look who we've still got in front of us. We've still got to beat the Sky Six and Newcastle." So I like the optimism. And Brighton, yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm not sure if they'll stay there, but some of them are saying Villa for top 4. I was like, right, you can calm that down. Definitely calm that down. Our squad is good, but it's not that good. So yeah. It's going to be tough.
Carragher did his top 6 on the overlap, and Newcastle weren't in it. It was the traditional Sky 6 he picked.
Yeah.
And I did a piece on it today, basically saying, look, I can understand why Newcastle aren't in it. I'm not sure I'd put them in the top 6 for this season, because I think Chelsea and Liverpool are going to come back a lot stronger. But I don't see Tottenham finishing 6th. If anything, I see Villa finishing 6th.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's no reason why we shouldn't have a better season than Tottenham. Obviously, the Kane situation with Tottenham's going to be a bit of a mess, isn't it? He probably is going to stay. He doesn't want this to drag on into the season. He's made that clear. So if Bayern don't pay him now, he's going to stay. But yeah, Tottenham still have a lot of problems from last season onwards. Their defence was awful. They've signed one centre back, that Van der Ven, who seems all right. But yeah, this isn't they're not completely revamped yet, are they? They have a new manager, a couple of new players in. They're going to have to find their feet as well. Whereas Villa have got a settled squad at this point, and we've just added to it with talent. So yeah, for sure. I don't think Tottenham are given, but they will be. They'll do better than last season for sure.
Do you think Kane's going to stay, Liam?
I reckon he'll stay for another, maybe deadline day, if anything. That's when he might go, I reckon. But I don't know if it was on the overlap, but the question was, what does he want to do? Does he want to win the league, or does he want to become top goal scorer? That's what he needs to ask himself, doesn't he? Because if he goes to Germany, he's going to have multiple trophies.
I think he wants both.
Yeah.
I think if he could choose, if he could smash that record this season and then go, I think he'd do that. But it's tough because he legitimately does want to stay, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't get it. United just, let's be honest, they just spunk 70 million on a player that's had one good half season. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's been tearing up for the past couple of years. He's had he's had an all right season at Atlanta.
Yeah, still very raw.
More goals. That's all I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? But they could have spent that money on Harry Kane.
Yeah,
I agree.
That probably sorts out their problems.
He's the best striker on the market, isn't he? When it comes to strikers that legitimately signed, there's no one better than Harry Kane. But United were like, no, I don't fancy him.
I just don't get it.
My thinking with Harry Kane is that obviously Tottenham weren't willing to sell him for a Premier League club. So the reason Bayern Munich looks like the likely destination is it gets him out of Tottenham, who were just holding them back. And then he can have a season in Germany winning whatever.
I was going to say, it might be like the Michael Owen situation.
And then come back
right.
The season after. Yeah. Because he does want that top scorer thing in the Premier League. He's too close for it.
Yeah. It'd be a waste, wouldn't it, if he left now and then, didn't do it.
Yeah. But apparently Bayern are coming back in with a 94 million bid.
Yeah.
I'm sure the last one was take it or leave it. That's your last one, mate. This one's going all the way to the wire.
It's good money, though. If Tottenham can get that for, what's he, pushing 30 now?
It's not sure his contract as well.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Actually,
all Bayern have to do is wait 6 months to get him for free, basically, don't they?
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Get a Bosman deal, couldn't they? Like you say, in January, then you're screwed.
Just James Maddison next season pinging all these balls into the box, and there's nobody there to get on the end of them. Fuck, should have gone to Newcastle.
Nah, they do have Brazil's number 9, though. That's all I'm saying.
I think he'll be good as well.
Million goals last season.
No, I legit think he'll be good this season, Richarlison. I've got confidence in him. New manager, new fresh start, clean slate, and he had a good pre-season as well. So watch out for him.
Got to be honest, I haven't paid any attention to Tottenham.
He banged in a few. Yeah, he got a hat trick in one of the friendlies. So yeah, I think he'll be on it this season.
Yeah, seeing that.
Fair dues. Andy's just pinged up our next point here. Chelsea under investigation from Abramovich times. So when they were when Podboli and his crew were doing the due diligence, they grasped Abramovich up to the UEFA and the FA, basically saying these books are dodgy. And Mark from Evermore said today, it's quite good really how they've done that, because now they've gone and spent $500 million on players almost as if they know there's a transfer embargo coming down the line. Pretty sneaky, Chelsea.
100%. They did this before, didn't they? When they were going to get in trouble, they stacked the team very quickly. And got a fan in there, but yeah, very sneaky from Chelsea.
Yeah.
Come on, Wigan.
What was that?
I was saying, come on, Wigan. I don't know who it is. It says Facebook users on it. So.
Oh, that would be Perry, I think, judging by the language and the tone. What were we talking about there? Yes, Chelsea. $500 million quid worth of players. That does suggest like supermarket sweep before it closes down for a couple of years. Got some good players in this season as well, actually, thinking about it. We were just talking about them before we came on, and Kunku and Jackson just more. I
like Jackson. I think he'll be all right. He looks pretty good in pre-season.
He absolutely carved our defensive part in that summer series. Just walked through them like they were.
He's lively, isn't he? Really lively striker. So yeah, they'll be back. And obviously, Poch is a good coach. So we'll see if he can deliver.
Do you think it'll be instant, or do you think it's going to take him a few games for them to get up to speed? Bearing in mind the kick-off against Liverpool.
I'm going to say that's the big test, isn't it? Straight away, Liverpool at home. But like Crippy said, the first 5 games, you don't know who your best side is, especially Poch.
It's a crapshoot.
He's got, like I said, how many players to pick from. He's not got a clue.
Yeah.
But I mean, from a Chelsea point of view, if you're a fan, then exciting. But still, it's just pathetic, though. From me, like we can't sign a player that the Premier League go, yeah, maybe they can go and spend
hundreds of millions again. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not understanding like this. Obviously, they're under investigation. They grass themselves up, but they're still allowed to go free spending while the investigation goes on.
Surely
they know that there's wrongdoing there.
Yeah, put it on pause. You got evidence of them of wrongdoing, so say put it on pause until it's dealt with, until they got punished.
Like if it was an investigation, just give us because they weren't sure.
You can just give us Lukaku, and then I'll stay quiet.
Let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, all right, it's whatever.
If they know it's coming, you can plan ahead. You can go, okay, we'll do all our business as quick as we can, and then it doesn't matter when we get a year's embargo because we've already got the squad ready. But so it's not really punishment. But on the Liverpool thing, in a weird way, I kind of think having a big game early on can be helpful because the players they know they're going to be in for a tough one. So they know they're going to get physically, run over by Liverpool because they got the energy. So in a way, it might wake them up a bit sooner than if they had a home game against a team they were underdogs that were sort of maybe dropping off a little bit more. Because now Chelsea are going to have to play. They can't afford just to knock the ball around and whatever. They're going to have to really play because Liverpool are going to see this game as winnable based on obviously how last season went. So I do think they'll be good next season, Chelsea.
I like that. They've already put a few million aside for the first manager they're going to sign. It's a pretty impressive way of planning for the future. Let's go on the transfer window time because bloody Villa have done some bits in this transfer window. Getting Moussa Diaby.
Very pleased.
Oh, he was being linked with Newcastle for the longest time, and I blew hot and cold on him because I thought, yep, he looks good, but what if he can't hack it over here? Goes to Villa and then just starts scoring for the crap.
Well, we got it wrong with Bailey, but I think Diaby's the better one. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in the Premier League. He looks lively, clearly believes in himself, confidence is sky high. Just wants to take people on, come inside and shoot. So I like Tielemans as well on the free. Never thought we'd get him. I thought he'd go to a bigger club. I think I said it on the pod before that he probably would play more at a club like Villa, but I thought a big team would get him just to have him in the squad, just like a good squad player. And Torres, the centre back as well, really good. So I cannot fault the signings we've made.
Yeah, mark out of 10.
I'd say 8.5 out of 10.
And you still got
any more coming in?
Come back as well.
Yeah, exactly. At centre back, we're strong as hell. And like I said, the squad is settled. So Tielemans will play games for sure. He'll start games with this squad, and it just makes us better. Same with Diaby. Having Diaby is so good because Coutinho has been just so hot and cold for us. So he just makes the team even better. But we've still got Buendia. He's been good for us. Second half of last season, he turned it on. So, and hopefully Bailey can play better with Diaby in the team because obviously they played together in Leverkusen. So really, really pleased with the business we've done. And the squad was already good and we've just made it better.
And you've got that youngster coming up who's got a name like a Harry Potter spell.
Philemon Bidace, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, commentator said his name and the fucking stadium floated up. And on here, but he looks solid. I was impressed with him, what I saw in the summer series.
And we've got a draw for the Conference League now against Hibernian or somebody else, I think it was. Can't remember. Is it a Luzerne? I think it was a Swiss team. So it should be winnable. So we should be in that competition without any issue.
Ollie Watkins, another one.
Baller.
Firing on all cylinders. Villa's going to be a force this season. First game's going to be a tough test. Absolutely agree. Yeah. I'm guessing that was Richie. And Andy saying that Adams has 20 million release clause and Chelsea are trying to structure a deal.
We want him as well. We've been linked with him too. Don't know if we'll get him, but yeah, he's good.
I mean, I've got a question for you quickly. So, sorry, before we go on to the best team in the world, but what happens if Ollie Watkins gets injured? Can't rely on Archer, surely not.
Yeah, it's screwed. If Watkins gets injured, it's screwed. We've all
because I was literally thinking, I was like, if he gets injured, they've got no Danny Ings.
No.
Cameron Archer is good, but
not the same
kind of pressure.
Yeah, we're screwed. Completely screwed because he dictates all our play.
Is it Duran? Is that his name?
Who's that? Sorry.
Who's the striker you signed in January?
Oh, Duran.
Duran. That's the one.
Yeah, no good. It's the one weak link because Watkins obviously plays 90 minutes for every game mostly, so we have to be mindful not to run him into the ground. And Archer will be good off the bench in games, but he's a poacher. He's not going to hold the ball up, run the channels like Watkins does. Yeah, exactly. So that's we all said in the summer we could just do with cover for Watkins. Yeah, we understand you don't want to sign a big name striker because of what happened with Watkins last season. Clearly didn't like having Ings' competition, even though it should have, should have been good for the squad. But if we could get in somebody who's a target man that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, almost like Weghorst, really. Weghorst would have been half decent for us because he works hard off the ball as well. But that's one spot where if he's injured, we're screwed because he scored so many goals last season, the second half of last season, and he did carry us quite a lot. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm praying obviously that he can stay fit. He does have a good record for staying fit. So,
Everton's transfer window then, Liam?
Well, we're going to the third season in a row now, hoping that Calvert-Lewin can stay fit. So, we've learnt our lesson.
I saw it today. Right? It said Callum. What was it? It says Callum. The reset, not Callum. Sorry, Calvert. It says that the reset. The reset is on the season. It's like, well, it's not there, is it? He's coming back from another injury, so his body's just getting battered as he gets older. It just gets harder. He's going to be constantly playing through pain, and when he retires, he'll do a podcast with Foster, and he'll be like, "Yeah, for the majority of my career, I just played through injuries." It's like, "Yeah, we know you did, mate. That's why." Yeah.
So, to be fair to him, obviously, he didn't play towards the end of the last season. And all pre-season, he's played 45 minutes in the behind closed doors friendly against Monza. And he played against Sporting Lisbon on Saturday. He only played 45 minutes then. Dyche said he doesn't think he's going to be ready for Fulham. But then Calvert-Lewin said, "Yeah, I'm fit. I'm ready to go for Fulham." It's like, right. So which one of you isn't telling us the truth? Yeah, I'm going to go with Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
Because if Dyche is going to say, "Look, I'm not going to risk you. I want you to be back for the full season, not for Dyche said he's got his program that he wants Calvert-Lewin to be up to, and at the end of the day, he's the boss, isn't he? So, but Ashley Young, take him. Good signing, good squad player. At the end of the day, he's probably going to be our first choice left back because I like Mikalenko, but he's not that good. Who else have we signed? Danjuma.
Finally got Danjuma.
Yeah, he was injured. So, it's just funny, isn't it? Like we finally get some wingers, attackers injured. McNeil, no one was happy about last season. He's injured. We're going into the first game of the season once again with
half a squad
injured. It's just Everton. That's what it is.
Everton for the drop, escaped twice by the skin of the knickers. This time they won't escape.
Absolutely, we will. Have you seen Sheffield United and Luton and Burnley?
I think Wolves as well.
Wolves are in the mud, especially.
Yeah,
but
we'll come on to that.
Luton, no. Sheffield, they're selling off the squad. I don't know what's going on with them. But I was saying before, we're supposed to be getting there. Well, we've linked with Sulemana, who pied us off for Southampton in January. So we're just going for all the January rejects that didn't want to come to us, looks like.
Is this Yusuf Jimmy?
Yeah, he's the kid from Sporting. So, no pressure. But we're spending 18 million on a kid that no one's ever heard of. However, just want to point out, if this was Brighton, everyone would be like, "Oh, he's some wonder kid." Yeah. FM have said he's a wonder kid. I'm happy. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So
this guy was wanted by other clubs. So this is legitimately good business by Everton based on that. So they're bagging on potential.
The other person we've been linked with the past couple of days was Daka from Leicester. And I think he'd be perfect for Villa as well. Like, do you know what I mean? As a striker.
I agree. Completely agree, yeah. I'd like him to.
So, he didn't really get a chance at Leicester as weird because he played all the Europa League games last season, scoring. Last season before? He was scoring for fun, but then wasn't getting a look in because of Vardy and Iheanacho. Made no sense, so...
Yeah, when you look at Vardy's scoring record, awful, wasn't it, the last couple of years?
Oh,
yeah. Not worth it at all.
You spent 35 million. And that's what I want to... We want to spend 5 million. We've not even done that.
Yeah.
So marks out of 10 for Everton's transfer windows as it stands, but then marks out of 10 if these other ones you're linked with come off.
Our transfer window out of 10?
Yeah.
2?
if all these other transfers that are bubbling, if they all come off.
All go through? Yeah, well, it means if we get Daka, basically. If we get a striker, I'll go with a 6, 7. Because that's the position we've needed for the past 3 years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, Daka.
Calvert-Lewin fit for half the season. We're comfortable. 11th to 15th. Easy.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we survived last season with no Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
And we played 45 minutes against Sporting, who knocked Arsenal out of the Europa League, by the way. Let's not forget that. Or conference, wherever it was. And it was like, we took it to them. And we had no McNeil, no Danjuma. Playing Iwobi and Ghana on the wings who aren't wingers. So I was happy with the performance, but just going to have to rely on Mopai. However, I was happy with Mopai when he came on. Don't like him, but he's number 13 and he was a proper shithouse, and that's what I'm all there for. The return of the shithouse. Number 13.
Everyone needs a shithouse in the team, for sure. As far as the Newcastle transfer window goes, I don't think we've done too bad. I think there's still a couple of bits that need to be done, but Tonali was a capture and a half. If he turns out to be half as good as his potential, then we've signed a good in there. Livramento, I can take or leave at the minute. I'm worried, obviously, he's just come back from an ACL, as has Emil Kraft, and I don't see the need to buy him when we had Harrison Ashby already. There's a potential deputy for Trippier, but I'm sure Livramento is good, and we'll see.
Young as well.
Yeah,
ahead of him,
but that's the thing. He's younger than Harrison Ashby.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's been bugging us. For the sense of like, what does this mean for Ashby now? I know obviously he's gone on loan to Swansea for the season, but has he not lived up to expectations for Eddie Howe or what? Because he looked mint in pre-season. But the transfer I'm most excited about at the minute is Harvey Barnes. He looks definitely absolutely phenomenal. 2 goals at the weekend. It's just so positive. Everything that we needed. And obviously our only big outgoing was Alan St-Maximin, which had to be done.
So as he's saying, you've got Ashley Barnes, who's everything that you needed. So what did you waste 40 million on?
Well, this is my thing, you see.
In January,
Eddie Howe's
he was
got
your
this,
number one target. Like we've seen the Netflix little Amazon.
The little Amazon thing.
He's our number one target. He's our number one target. Please, please.
Yeah, when we got him, he was shit.
But yeah, how's he going to get into the team?
Oh, he'll get into the team, no problem. Because again, he's looked absolutely sharp as attack in pre-season. He needs to buy some new shooting boots. He missed some absolute sitters on Saturday, but getting up and down the wing, he's mint. But I'm not sure Eddie knows where he wants to play him yet. I think that's part of the problem.
Well, hopefully his ACL doesn't go.
Such a lovely man. Such a lovely fella.
You kind of want players like you kind of want someone who's legitimately good enough to start, but is just getting edged out because it breeds good competition, doesn't it? That's what.
Yeah, one of them off the bench is going to be frightening for anyone, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I've said a couple of times, so I couldn't pick between Barnes and Gordon to start on Saturday against Villa. Barnes probably just edges it because he managed to convert his chances at the weekend and Gordon didn't. But either one of them is going to give your defenders nightmares. Like
Barnes off the bench can sometimes be better because he'll just come on and be so lively, just that raw pace on the ball and how much he wants to run at people. If you just wind him up like a little jack in the box, wind him and say Barnes, off you go. You know, in 20 minutes he could do so much damage. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
No, like as Andy says, strength in depth for Europe. Eddie Howe's always said he wants at least 2 players capable of playing every position, and he's close to getting that. We just need a right-sided centre back and a natural left back now, and then I'll be happy.
Well, do you think Livramento might be pushed to the other side? That's why he's come in.
There's a lot of talk of that. Obviously, Trippier's played there as well for England, so he could maybe move over the left. I think that would be a waste, but I don't know. the Livermento one's just got to scratch in your head a little bit. But we'll see. Trust the process, trust the regime. I want to comment on this one. I think Richie's put on. Piston going from Fountain Ferry does now the season's going to kick off. What's your view on safe standing, which has been rolled out to a few stadiums? And also James Park just put a safe standing area in. I don't know if your guys have got them in there or not for next season.
I haven't heard anything for next season, but I'm glad it's coming back. It makes sense. So many fans that want that, don't they?
Haven't you got it in the away end at Newcastle, safe standing?
We've got we've got in the away end and the Gallagher end. So like away fans have got.
I think I saw it this morning on Twitter or X, sorry.
X.
And I was like, I mean, it's good, but like, say we scored a 90th minute equaliser winner, bloody hell, someone's definitely falling. You know what I mean? I mean, it's bad enough for, like, just the seats, but at least the seats are going to stop you. And the bars might stop you, but it's, I don't know.
Once the limbs kick, I mean, that's the danger with every round. I mean, you don't need to have the safe standing there for them to launch themselves. I mean,
when you open a cloud, it's a bit different, do you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
It's certainly going to hurt more, without a doubt.
We are adding it. We've got safe standing at the upper holes.
Never sat down. Newcastle fans are the same. Don't sit down away, like. So they might as well take the whole area.
We've got it as well, so I think a few clubs are going to be rolling it out.
Well, I think it'll be good. I don't know how much difference it's going to make. I mean, does it really matter if you sit down and standing up as long as you're making noise?
Well, some people just can't resist, can they? So at least they've got an area now where they can just be sort of bouncing up and down, and they can let that energy.
I suppose thinking about it, like if I'm at the home game and I'm sat down, I'm not as inclined to leave about like a twat as I am in an away game. So maybe it will kick up the atmosphere a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see anyway. Couple of rule changes going into the new Premier League season. Going to have that World Cup style added time coming in. That a fan?
This won't last 2 months. It won't last 2 months. Guarantee it won't last 2 months. Because you know what's going to happen? They're only going to care when it affects one of the big teams. So what will happen is,
I know the first game
Liverpool will be losing. You know what?
Liverpool versus Everton.
Yeah,
that's what it'll be.
They'll be 2-1 down. They'll add 14 minutes at the end, and Liverpool will win. And then they're going to have a chat about all the reverse. So it'll affect them either way, where it's going to be a ridiculous amount of time at the end, and people can say, "Yeah, this is a bit silly." Because I've always said, just stop the clock and have an hour, 30-minute halves. Stop the clock, because most games come out to about 55 to an hour minutes of the ball being in play. So they've done studies on this. I just don't see it lasting. Like with every new plan they bring out, the first 2 months they're hot on it, like handballs, offsides, hot on it, and then by the time the novelty wears off, people think it's ridiculous when you get to like November time and they're still doing it. So, not convinced.
I'm not either. To be honest, I still see time wasting as a part of the game. If you can hold it in that corner and just run the clock out, that's still playing the game. It's just playing it in a different way. It might not be as interesting to watch a man standing there fighting off two people trying to kick his shins off, but it's the match.
But the ball also
in the corner though. If it's Gordon trying to defend, then he's going to have his pants down like he did in America.
But there are so many stoppages in the game where, like I said, it's always been part of it, hasn't it? Where that's why we have 90 minutes, because we say you've got enough time to score goals. Football's a low-scoring game, so you've been given 90 minutes effectively to put the ball in the net a couple of times. And with goal kicks, free kicks, substitutions, there's always going to be so many little timeouts or whatever that it's going to. I think it's fine how it is, but I understand that clubs get annoyed at the end of the game when the game slows down. But the ref always looks at the clock and says, "No, I'm going to add it." Whatever.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I don't know about that.
There's like blatant time wasting, like the whole taking 6 weeks to take a goal kick thing. Add that on by all means, because that's the ball's not in play then. But if the ball's in play and there's certain time wasting tactics going on, crack on.
Mm-hmm.
Like Andy said, it's only added 8 minutes back onto the ball in play time anyway. Is it really worth it? I don't think so. But the other ones, they're cracking down on 2 people in the technical area, which why? What's that achieving? But manager shithousery, and that one I do agree with. Because how the fuck Klopp got away with running down the touchline, shouting the fucking fourth official's face, I'll never know. So, yeah, definitely for that. But why you can't have manager and assistant manager in the technical area at the same time, I don't understand.
I've no idea. It makes no sense.
It makes no difference, does it?
They bring in all the rules that just make no sense instead of the good ones. So, like we've got the offside
decision.
That made perfect sense.
Yeah.
Now the only thing that I've seen from the Women's World Cup that makes sense is the VAR calls with the is the VAR calls when the referee's going, no yellow card because of this, red card instead. I'd be all for that.
Yeah.
Especially
transparency.
At Anfield, they don't have a screen, so there's no reason behind it. Do you know what I mean? Or Old Trafford, ironic. But everywhere else has got a screen. So they actually put on the reason why it's been disallowed or changed, but it makes sense. The fans know in the stadium what's going on.
Just like in that there by Andy saying the line, no one to Klopp's autograph. A Klopp will only told him to fuck off and hold his shirt properly anyway, wouldn't he? That turkey-toothed cunt. Fucking horrible man. Someone's got here Pep 100-minute games. Is that someone trying to imply that it's going to suit him?
Yeah. He was saying after the Community Shield that all the games are going to be 100 minutes now. Like, well done, Pep. You've done maths.
Fair enough. What else have we got? Palace signed Matthias Franca, little Brazilian wonder kid. That's a coup and a half. Don't know if any of you have ever covered him or looked into him or anything, but hell of a little player in.
I mean, they've got Eze and Elise. I just love them, me. If this guy's half as good as them two, then got a baller, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Especially with no Zaha, and you just need a striker ready to put the ball in the back of the net.
Absolutely.
That's the thing.
I think Crippy's dead. His audio's died or his mic's died or something.
He's just muted himself and not unmuted him.
Yeah, something like that.
Are you just trying to be Heskey or something? I don't know.
It's just coming through. Sorry, it's coming through robotic as anything. I don't know if you can hear me or
you're fine.
Okay. When you talk, it sounds like a robot and it's crazy. So I didn't want to inflict that on the audience or massive viewership. Oh, Ash is up to no good. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going on here.
I mean, it's just like we've never been away, isn't it?
Difficulties, you know.
We've never been away, mate. It was always like this, isn't it? There's always something going on. But I did hear you talking about the linesman, the managers getting in trouble for dissent and that kind of thing. And I've always said, if you want to make a statement, just throw a red card in. The minute one manager gets sent off, they're going to go, okay, we'll have to drag them back. And then, we can't talk to officials like that. That's all it takes. Klopp should have been sent off for that one incident when he was like almost spitting the guy's face because he was roaring at him so much. Arteta is a big culprit of it as well. Horrendous attitude on the sideline, even though Arsenal fans seem to be oblivious to it. So, yeah, just have the guts to pull out a red card. It's so funny because they're like little children, like crying about it behind the scenes. And then when the new season comes in, like, oh, no more being mean to us, new rules. Like, yeah, but you've got the power to stop this. Just start carding them more often. They can't do it. I remember
a couple of years ago, it was when we played United and we scored in the 90th minute to win the game. Yeah, we won the game, and then they disallowed it because Sigurdsson was offside, even though he was not interfering with the play, didn't touch the ball, and Harry Maguire put it in his own goal.
Yeah.
We scored, celebrated, and went to VAR and said, oh, he's interfering with play. He's like, how? Fan also Ancelotti went straight onto the pitch to Chris Kavanagh from Greater Manchester and was like, what's going on? What's happened? And instead of giving him an answer, he just gave him a red card.
Wow.
Like, fair enough, but do it to everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. How many managers do that and they never get any comeuppance of it, do they?
No.
Kind of a bit of technical difficulties there. I decided to play the keyboard, which isn't the keyboard at all. It is my USB switch. So she switched everything off. Thanks, Katie. Anyway, Sounded like you filled in quite well.
Yeah, we're talking about referees and Alanos, basically.
Yeah.
Being shite house
Yeah.
wankers. What's this? Guy that's refused to play for Palace? Really?
Ooh.
But no, that's fair.
Are you trying to get him moved to Saudi?
Don't know. Who else have they got in goal now? Because they don't have. Is it Sam Johnston? I don't know why he's coming to me. He don't play for them, does he? It was Jack Butland. That's what I was thinking of.
No, I think Johnson does.
Yeah,
I think you're right, Liam. I think he joined it from West Brom, didn't he, Johnson?
Yes, he is at Palace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to trust myself a bit more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's all right.
Yeah, Jack Butland's up at Rangers.
Yeah.
Because he went to United on loan, didn't he? And then he's left towards the Rangers. But, I mean, what we were saying before about Palace, I don't know if you've heard it, Cricket, they signed some little wonder kid. I was saying if he's half as good as Eze and Elise, then they've got a squad, but they just need a striker because defensively they're all right. I thought they had a decent keeper, but they didn't want to play for them. So,
I always like Palace because they have this mentality of we're just going to be entertainers. We're just going to be entertainers on the pitch. We're going to just sign ballers and forget everything else. If it works, it works. And it's fun to watch because they just, I say with Ebe and Olise and stuff, I just love the way they play. Just carefree. So if this new guy's as good as they say, they'll be very good to watch.
We've got another few signings you've mentioned on here. David Raya off to Arsenal potentially. Bad news of Ramsdale.
Yeah,
makes no sense. I don't know why he's gone.
Ramsdale was mint.
It's a tough move because what Arteta is saying is that he prefers Raya for his kicking and his passing because the two are very different in that regard. Where Raya has a lot of touches in games, gets a lot of the ball, really good pass with the ball. But clearly he's saying that, like Ramsdale, you're not good enough, even though Ramsdale's had a good year. So it's a big call.
I just don't understand it.
Didn't seem a priority to me, but I guess
40 million now on a backup keeper.
Yeah,
I know.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think he'll play, Liam. I think he'll play. I think he'll get.
Signed Ramsdale for 30 million.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? I don't know if he'll give Ramsdale the Champions League games or something. It seems weird to sign Raya and not sign him to start, but I understand it's a big thing to get rid of your number one right on the eve of the season. So I don't know, but I think he'll play based on what his skill set is and how Arteta wants to play.
He might give him a year anyway. Next season, we might see the end of Ramsdale if that's his planning.
Just so weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
don't think he's as cutthroat as Pep was. Obviously, he signed in. Who did he sign when he dropped Joe? Bravo.
Yes.
He signed. I was like, it's in a bit. You're done with.
Yeah.
I'd say Arteta's not as cutthroat as that, but he might be. Don't know.
We'll find out now.
I hope he is, to be fair, because it'd be funny because then all the Pickford haters, Ramsdale's England's number one, will go silent.
Very true.
Sorry. Another keeper, Sanchez, has gone to Chelsea.
Another one that
Another goalkeeper,
Have they sold?
Kepa's still there, isn't he? He's still there.
They sold Mendy.
Mendy went. So I was like, why do you have to spend 25 million on a backup? Just sign an old boy. Like, just get a 36-year-old that's happy to be on the bench and
be done with it.
I don't know who would you rather, Sanchez or Kepa. I mean, they dropped Kepa
probably
for a reason.
Sanchez, to be fair.
Sanchez, to be fair.
Man
It's
City.
expensive to Kepa, isn't it? You're not going to be able to get rid of him easily.
No.
You think how much they spent on him? And it's like, we all know.
Like 24, 25, is he? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he's young. He's not old. I know he's not that old, I don't think. But what club's going to want him for all that money? The money that Chelsea are going to request? I can't see that,
He's 28.
Okay.
29 in October. I thought he was older than that.
Weird one.
Man City about to spunk nearly 100 million on a defender. He's a hell of a defender.
Yeah, he's good.
Guardiola.
Yeah, he's good.
Damn good defender. I think that's going to be a good signing. I thought they had, to be honest, I had that one wrapped up weeks ago.
They've been linked with him for so long. I think that move is also to allow Stones to push on, because obviously Man City were linked with Rice, weren't they, for a while, then didn't sign him. So I think Stones is going to get more game time in the midfield, and then Guardiola can come in at centre back alongside maybe Ake or somebody.
Jackson Mendy's gone to Saudi.
Yeah. Mendy got sold. Yeah, Mendy's gone, long gone.
I didn't realise. Tottenham, Rayo Velez and Mickey van der Ven, decent signings. Is it going to be enough to bring them back into the top six? Maybe if Kane sticks around.
Van der Ven's meant to be good, decent defender, but there's a lot wrong with that squad. They got rid of a lot of forwards that weren't cutting it. Lucas Moura and co weren't cutting it. Richarlison had a bad debut season there as well. I think he'll be good. I still think they'll keep Kane, and then with Son, it's a good forward front three kind of thing. But it's that defense. The defense was god awful last season. They were just shipping goals so badly with Sanchez.
I know it's only a pre-season friendly, but they're currently beating Barcelona 2-1.
Oh wow! How many has Kane scored?
None. Ollie Skip scored twice.
Barcelona reserves.
No, I think they must have made all the subs at half time looking at it. But Lewandowski, Pedri, De Jong, Gavi, Rafinha, Koundé, Garcia, ter Stegen, and well,
maybe they've got their shit together a bit.
Yeah. Because no one expects them to pull trees under Postecoglou, do they? So you weren't surprised, but
could be good for them. Yeah. Where has expectation gone?
Yeah.
No. I've lost the mouse pointer, so I want to get that up. His views on Tottenham. No, they're shit. There it is. West Ham got all that nice cash from selling Declan Rice, and now want to spend it on Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay. Thoughts?
It's a lot of money.
The most David Moyes thing to ever do. I don't know what it is.
And the most West Ham as well. That's them in a nutshell.
I mean, Newcastle have been linked to both of them this summer, and every time I've had to write about it, I've been holding back sick as I've been typing. No thanks at all. I would have took Maguire for 10 million at most.
Yeah.
McTominay, I've got no interest in.
I don't see that improving them that much. I don't understand that one.
I mean, maybe West Ham. Maybe it could be all right.
At the same time, when they signed Lingard, everyone was thinking, "Oh, it's not." Yeah.
Do
you know what I mean? He turned into something Messi, didn't he?
True, it's true.
And then it turned into Messi in his own head and fucked his head.
Yeah.
Let's
tickle Andy's bits anyway.
If they could sign the pair for say 30 mil, I'd say fair enough. But I think they were 80 mil for that's ridiculous. So,
I mean, if you had Adams for 20 million, it made more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
but Man United themselves, we've got here, they've spent 160 million on Nana, Mount, Hoyland. Is it enough? Is Mount going to do it? Is Mount going to finally be the player that every pundit and international manager named Gareth think he is?
I hope not.
There's nothing to say so. He's a good player, but he's not he got dropped by England, remember, didn't he? He played the first couple of games. Again, worked hard, but lacked that cutting edge, that quality that we needed, the creative juices. So yeah, I put it on the thing because I was looking at their business, thinking, I can't. It's not great. Obviously, like Liam said with Hoyland, he's young, raw, had one good season, one half good season. This is the Premier League. You're going to get a rude awakening, and obviously, Man United aren't ripping teams to pieces yet, are they? So it's not as if you join Man City where you get chances on the plate if your position is good. He's going to have to work for his opportunities at United because Anthony is inconsistent, Sancho inconsistent. So yeah, I'm not overly convinced by their business. Not by a long shot.
I hope they all fail miserably. No, I don't like United, but spend 80 million on fidget spinner. How much on Sancho? This lad on 70 million on him. Do you know what I mean?
It's a lot of money you spent on crap.
And Onana, I've said to Jack loads of times at work, he's going to have so many issues. He's going to concede so many. He's going to make so many mistakes. I mean, we saw the one on the weekend, didn't we? Where he just got mugged off from the halfway line.
Yeah, just got totally pied.
Yeah. And
160
they're
million
stuck with
for
him.
Schick.
They've gone for De Gea's gone. They're stuck with him now. So they're gonna. Is that with De Gea's first season?
He's a cracking keeper. He's going to be really, really good. But I think he's going to create
Take
a
a
lot of
while.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Wolves are currently in talks with Julian Lopetegui to terminate his contract by mutual consent, bitching on that he hasn't had enough money to spend this summer. Surely he knew that going in. Like, is this kind of being news to him?
Well, I swear, Wolves spent. Did they sign Nathan Collins or sold him? I'm just going to look up now. Yeah, I think they sold Nathan Collins for like 25 mil to Brentford, and they sold Ruben Neves for like 50 mil. So they've made a lot of money this summer. They sold Jimenez, Cody, Giles. They've made 100 mil in player sales, and they've spent
their finances that's not doing anything for them.
I don't know. They signed that Mateus Cunha for like 50, close to 50, about 45 or so, and Boubacar Traore, who's quite a young lad. But yeah, apart from that, they've not done much else. Got Doherty back, obviously, from Atletico. But yeah, clearly he wanted more than that. I don't think it's terrible business, but
being a whiny little bit, isn't he?
A little bit.
Top and bottom of it. But before we go on to our first predictions of the season, we won a cup.
God's sake.
Yeah, I thought it was black and white for a minute. Not just the
we just won a cup. That's all. Very prestigious award that has in no way connected to Newcastle United sponsors.
What cup was it called, by the way? What's the cup called?
Sela Cup. It's literally our shirt. Sponsors put it on.
Right.
So like Arsenal,
we didn't win.
When they're in tournament.
Who did you play?
Fiorentina on Saturday, Villarreal on Sunday.
All right, so decent opposition then.
Decent opposition. Beat Fiorentina 2-0. Ahmed Villarreal 4-0. With 2 goals disallowed in that one as well. Anyway, enough ridiculous pre-season chat. Let's get on to our score predictions for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Hey, shut up. Just because you're not here. Right, we've done it slightly a different way this time, haven't we? We've all put our 2 pence in ahead of time. So let's have a look. There's a couple of spicy ones in here, actually, when I was putting them in. But we'll start with Burnley, Man City. Clean sweep there. Everyone thinking Man City's going to win. Andy actually backing Burnley to score. He must be very lonely in that booth and stand to hallucinate. Arsenal, Forest. Again, clean sweep, Arsenal. But Crippy, you've got Forest scoring. Who's going to do that?
You know me.
I just don't know who they've got to put the ball in the back of the net.
They'll find a way somehow. They might be 3-0 down at the time, but they'll bundle one in, I reckon.
And they've still got Brennan, haven't they?
Yeah, good. I like him.
Yeah. Bournemouth, West Ham, bit of a mixed bag. Myself and Crippy got a 1-1.
Yeah.
Liam, you've gone Bournemouth.
Yeah. I thought they've done some decent business. I like Justin Cliver. I mean, he's never really done anything, but I don't know. This might be it.
He's not a bad little player. He's not a bad player by any means.
Brighton versus Luton. Liam's gone with a welcome to the Premiership from Brighton. 4-0, you reckon?
Yeah. They've got some really good signs. I like João Pedro that they signed. I just don't know how they're gonna who they're gonna drop for him though. Like, is Evan Ferguson gonna get? Is this gonna be his breakout season or what?
Oh, I hope so.
He was very good last season.
Yeah, I like him.
But then they spent 30 million on Pedro, so you don't know.
And he looks good as well, actually, already, Pedro. Everton, Fulham, matched, Liam. We've got you winning 2-1.
Yes.
Will my curse continue?
There's only one way to find out.
Crippy and Andy a bit more conservative, going on 1-1 draw.
Well, they're
The
good
only
for
reason I
them.
went for that 2-1 is because Calvert-Lewin said he was playing. So the only reason I'm going for it.
That's where your confidence comes from.
If he's not playing, then yeah, I'll take a draw. Shouldn't do, but we've got no one.
Yeah. Fulham kept Mitrovic and Williams, so yeah, they're a good team. They're a good team. It was no slight on Everton by any means. Fulham have had a good season, so yeah,
They are good, especially the Marco Silva.
Yeah,
they just managed to keep hold of Mitrovic.
I know, bit of a mess.
Sheffield United versus Palace. We've all got the Palace win here. Uncle Roy for life.
I think we all agree that Sheffield United are in trouble, aren't they, this season?
Yeah, I think so.
They're going to have a bad season, I think.
See, we think so. Liam hopes so.
He's got Luton and Sheffield United to go way down, definitely. I know he has.
It's between them two who's going to have the lowest points tally ever.
Yeah.
I think both of them are going to break Derby's record.
Oh, God.
That's some doing, but both of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can't be that bad. The first TTIAO derby of the season on day one, Newcastle Villa. Crippy is on that fence. You're all on that fence except for me. I thought you might have gone a bit spicy here, Crippy, and backed your boys a bit.
You know, you do it well enough. You've gone for goals as well. You think
it's just purely based on that summer series meeting over in America. 3-3 draw. I think it'll be another end-to-end affair.
Well, it is early still in the season, but when we're on our game, at our best, we're very boring in a way to watch because we're tough to break through, and we can knock the ball around a bit better now. So that's why I was thinking it might be quite a close game because we were not going to give much up to Newcastle. Maybe try and ping you on the counter a bit. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I don't think there's any way in hell that Diaby doesn't score against us as well. Just purely for chasing him for a year, it's about that. We've got a 4-2 there, Richie's goal spicy. I like it.
Rich, calm down.
On Sunday, Brentford versus Tottenham. Clean sweep of Tottenham, except for Andy, who's balancing on Crippy's fence. Yeah, as much as we slag Tottenham off, they're primed to beat Brentford on the first day.
I will say though, probably a bit disrespectful by us for none of us to back Brentford because they were good last season and obviously still got the manager.
Yeah, but they had Ivan Toney last season. You haven't got him now.
True,
and
very true.
Raya as well in goal. That's the only reason.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, they've fucked up a bit there. Chelsea versus Liverpool. I put about 3 different answers in for this one. Settled on 2-1 Liverpool. Liam, you've gone Chelsea. Spicy or just because you don't like Liverpool? And then a spot of fence sitting by Crippy and Andy and Richie has gone very spicy. 3-1 Liverpool.
I think Chelsea will take a draw. I think they'll turn up for this one. They'll take a draw as well. I think, yeah, we'll see.
Ivan Toney's working. Monday Night Football. Bloody hell. Someone has gone just a little bit on the frisky side here.
I don't mind it though. I don't mind it from them. Because think about it, if their manager's trying to quit before their first game, they're in turmoil, aren't they? It's an absolute mess. So I don't mind that. If there's ever going to be a thrashing, it's going to be that game out of all of them.
Yeah,
I mean, none of us have got Wolves scoring.
Like I reckon it's going to be a big season for Rashford this year.
Agreed.
I just got a feeling.
Yeah. Hat trick for him then.
Yeah.
No, it'll probably be for the Hoyland, whatever he's called. No, because I just said he's going to flop. So
he'll score a tap in, and then all the fans on Twitter are going to rave about it, aren't they? You'll see he'll do one. He'll score a goal that's come off his butt or something. They'll be like, "Oh, here we go, already away, got off the mark already." So shut up, man.
Yeah, I look at Nunes last season. He had the similar sort of thing, didn't he? Winning off his arse or something. And
they're the worst one. Was it? I can't remember what was it. Havertz or something. They were showing. I think it was Havertz. They were showing him take a shot that hit the woodwork, and they're like, "See, he can hit the target." I was like, "Oh my god!" Desperate because they were taking the mick out of him for that what's it called, that tournament where he was like he missed loads of chances. Yeah, MLS thing.
I wanted to bring that up to you. It was like it's like skill show, is it? Like, but he was doing like all the challenges, trying to get the ball, the volley challenge, and nothing.
You see Rooney just knock it out of the park first time as well.
Yeah.
Just
that's
still
funny.
got it. Never leaves your son.
You should have gone on Wayne Rooney's street school soccer, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Right, I think we've covered everything, and we've gone in under the hour. Come on, seasoned professionals. 3 weeks away, you would never know, except for all the technical difficulties and shit like that. But yeah, we're back now, and we will be back again next week, 8:00, and we'll be looking at how well our first week predictions went. They never make sense, do they? The first weekend scorelines never make sense.
So you one dodgy one that makes us all look stupid, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll get these fixtures out the way, and we'll do we'll come up with a predicted table each. How's about that?
And we've got our.
And then we can look back on it in May and realise how little we know what we're talking about.
And fantasy football as well, haven't we? We've got to plug that.
Oh, hell yeah, good thinking. Yes,
Yeah.
we do have fantasy football. The link is kicking about on our Facebook page, which is TTIAO. Check it out, join the league, and then once again, you'll realise how little we actually know what we're talking about. But I think that much is evident already. Yeah, okay, I'm speaking for myself. I've lost my mouse pointer again. We've got a comment that I want to bring up before we go. Cheers, lads. Thanks. That was worth it.
Cheers, Andy.
No, I need to get my mouse pointer anyway, so that I could hang up. So we'll be back next week, 8:00. I think it's all over. It is now.